Hi, thanks very much for clicking on the video link. My name is Natalie Armstrong-Motin with Marketing Resolution, but this video is another in the series of idle chats that the American Bar Association's Section 4 Dispute Resolution has organized for the resolution industry's members. And today I get to talk to a gorgeous young woman, Pragya. Pragya, I'm so glad that you could join me.
Thank you so much for having me, Natalie. I'm so excited to be speaking with you today.
Good, I'm glad you're excited. So Pragya, you know the way the game works. We shuffle the cards and we just have ourselves a lovely idle chat.
That's so awesome. I'm so excited.
Right. Oh, good. All right, so here we go.
Yes.
Pragya, the first card reads, what was the best thing that happened to you today?
That's interesting. Wow. Personally, I was able to finalize my apartment in San Diego, which is where I'll be moving in the next 3 weeks. So that was nice. Professionally, I received confirmation from Cardozo School of Law that one of my articles that I'd written at Pepperdine is now going to be published with the Dispute Resolution Journal. So am I bragging? Oh my God, I am bragging. Never.
You are not. Congratulations on both of those things. Good for you.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Yeah, and you're allowed to be proud of your work. That's not bragging.
Yeah, I like to think I'm humble, and I would like to associate that with my Indianness, as is quite evident from my accent. But thank you. Thank you for allowing me to brag on this platform.
Good for you. Your parents must be really proud of all of your efforts.
I would hope so. And they're Asian, so we don't know. I'm joking. I can make this joke. Let me just put it out there.
All right. Pragya, which is better, hot weather or cold weather?
Cold weather. Because I don't like the sun necessarily. My acne is not friends with the sun, if I can put it that way. As you can see, I have some flare-ups already. As you know, I am in Hotlanta at the moment. So I prefer the cold weather because at least you can warm yourself up more, and the electricity charges aren't as much in winter as they are in summer. So being economically feasible with my weather choices right now.
And you know what? I agree with you completely. You can always add an extra pair of socks or a scarf, but there's only, you can get down to a bikini and then that's kind of it. And then you're still just hot.
Right, exactly.
All right, next card. What profession other than working in the resolution industry would you like to attempt?
So this is my answer may sound weird, but this has been on my mind since I was a kid. So I always wanted to be a lawyer / ADR professional since I was 10, but I always had a backup plan in mind, and that would be a train driver. And I know they're completely two different worlds, but back when I was working in Big Law in Mumbai, I would always travel by train, and something about it always fascinated me. Just the satisfaction of traveling, of helping hundreds and thousands of people reach their destination on a daily basis just satiates me to another level. And now I'm thinking that actually might also be my ADR calling, which is where I want people to be happy at the end of the day and reach their destination. I am just having realizations all the way today. So there you go, a train driver.
Perfect analogy. I like it very much. Good for you. And I'm a big fan of the trains. I like public transportation.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Pragya, what is the best board game?
Oh, that is so interesting. Have you heard of Candyland?
Of course, yeah, it's a classic.
That is one of the very few board games that I've played. And that's one of the very few board games that I keep winning at, even though there's no necessarily tactics or tricks involved to win at Candyland. But somehow I just keep getting one of those candy cards, which just take me all the way up to the destination. So Candyland, that's my answer.
If Candyland is your sweet spot, you got to stick with it. It's a good game.
That was good play on puns right there, Natalie. That was awesome.
Pragya, what is the best action movie?
Oh, this actually might interest you. It takes place in France. So it is taken. I'm not sure if you've seen that movie before with Liam Neeson. It is, in my opinion, I at one point of time, I'd actually memorized the dialogue. I will find you and I will kill you. Not necessarily in this accent, but of course, Americanize it a bit. But yeah, taken. A best action movie, hands down, has everything that you can ask for.
It's a really good action film. I like your choice a lot.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's a good one. All right. Pragya, do you happen to remember the first concert that you attended?
Oh, I actually do. I think I was 3 years old and it was our kindergarten graduation. And our principal at the kindergarten was friends with this very famous Indian singer called Shan. And he came and performed for us. And I have a very vague memory of it. But let me put a spin on your question just by a bit. A concert I did want to attend this year was the Taylor Swift concert, the Eras tour. Could not because the tickets were really expensive, but here's hoping for a next time.
You'll get it next time. I have confidence in you.
Thank you. Thank you. Fingers
Yep.
crossed.
Fingers crossed. Absolutely. All right. The next card, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but what is your favorite app on your phone?
WhatsApp. Because my parents are all the way back in India, I feel like that is my primary mode of communication. And of course, it's free. I get to chat with them. I get to video call them. I frankly do not know how people who did immigrate back in the early 2000s would communicate with their parents just through letters or maybe an email. That would cause a lot of anxiety to me. So kudos to WhatsApp. This is not sponsored by WhatsApp at all, or Facebook for that matter, but WhatsApp.
So old people like me, we used to send cards, letters, postcards. And if it was something really important, you could go to the American Express office and place an international call. Or your hotel or where you were staying, you could place an international call, but they were really expensive. Yeah. And so my sister and I, we would call, my parents would answer and we would say, we've arrived, everything's great, we'll send you a letter. Click. Really fast because it was super expensive. But yeah, cards and letters.
Yes. Oh, wow. Good times, I guess.
It was really fun, and I saved a lot of them over the decades, and so they're nice keepsakes, nice way to remember all of your adventures.
Yes, that is so precious. Oh my God. Those are literal receipts, as my generation, Gen Z, would call it.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's how old I am. All right. Pragya, how many hours per day do you spend online?
Depends on the day. So when I was working at Big Law, I was working 15 hours a day on an average. So then maybe an hour or two. Since I've come to the US, it has increased a bit more because I do speak with my parents more frequently. But on the weekdays, and I hate to admit this, but maybe 3 to 4 hours. But on weekends, it might go up a bit because I am watching Netflix on my phone the entire time. So
Right. And what's your favorite show on Netflix?
There's this German TV show called Dark, and it's about time travel. And I'm presuming you've also watched it by your expressions. It is so good.
Fascinating, isn't it?
I had to watch it 3 times to fully understand it. Also shows how I should not have been an engineer in any life. So, but Dark. What about you, Natalie? What's your favorite Netflix show?
At the moment, it's The Lincoln Lawyer.
Oh, yes.
I'm really enjoying that one.
Yeah.
But Dark, my husband is an engineer and he corrects them as we watch.
Is that annoying or is that fun?
I think it's fun. He finds it annoying.
Of course, of course.
Of course. So, all right. Next card, Pragya.
Yes.
Which is more useful, book smarts or street smarts?
Depends on the context. And I'm going to give you a very loyally diplomatic answer at the moment. If you're in a courtroom, you might want to be an accumulation of being street smart to be able to answer the judge or your arbitrator on the spot, but also being book smart because you do not want to be misquoting judgments or authorities and then being cited by the professional responsibility code of conduct. In my personal life, I do prefer being street smart more. But again, of course, I think it depends. I think my answer is it's going to depend on the circumstances you're in.
See, you're perfectly suited to being a neutral. It depends.
Thank you. Thank you. I will take this advice. Yes.
All right. Pragya, the next card asks, what languages do you wish you could speak?
I speak 4 already. So I speak English, Hindi, Marathi, and Telugu. The one language I desperately wish I could speak would be Spanish, because I know it is one of those languages that really open the doors for international arbitration practitioners. So it would be Spanish on a professional level. On a personal level, maybe Klingon. You never know, it might just be helpful at Comic-Con. Yeah, there you go. And San Diego Comic-Con Convention Center, so there you go, Klingon personally.
Big deal. You could probably speak either Spanish or Klingon and get along just fine at Comic-Con.
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, Spanish is a beautiful language. That's a good one to learn.
Yes.
Good one to learn.
All right. Do you speak French? Sorry, I interrupted you, but do you speak French?
I do. It's actually the law here. When you emigrate to France, you're required to speak French. You're required to be able to read it, understand it, and communicate. And if you arrive here and you don't speak French, they will put you in French language classes, and you have to pass language exams before you're given a permit to live in France.
That is so fascinating. Thank you for saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not optional.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. It's very interesting.
It is. The French really protect their language in a way that I find lots of countries and cultures don't. Mm-hmm. So it is both kind of a pain and also something I really respect.
Yes, definitely. It's very admirable to say.
It is. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Pragya, what is your favorite way to get some exercise?
I love dancing quite a bit, especially Bollywood dancing. And I've been looking for Bollywood dance classes in Atlanta, but due to time constraints, I couldn't. So at the moment, it's just cardio and weightlifting 4 days a week.
You put me to shame, young lady. To shame.
No. You look great, so you've got nothing to worry about.
We'll compare notes again when you're a grandmother also.
You're a grandmother already?
Yes. No. Yes, my granddaughter is 9.
No. Oh, yeah. See, this, I don't need to respond to that further. You look great for your age.
Thanks. I will say I'm in my 40s and my actual age is 55.
Natalie, I did not think of it that way. I aspire to be you now.
You can reach higher than that. You can do better. All right. Next card, Pragya. Yes. What sport do you think you could play the longest in a televised game without anyone discovering that you're not a professional athlete?
So we don't have NFL back in India. And I recently got into NFL quite a bit. To the extent that I'm obsessed with it now. And I psychoevaluate all players. So one player I would not be able to impersonate, or a position I would not be able to impersonate, would be that of a quarterback. But I think I will do very well as a defensive linebacker. Yeah.
Wow. See, I would have had you pegged for a cornerback.
A cornerback. Oh, I had no idea that was a position as well. So
yeah,
I still need to learn more.
Good for you. And who's your favorite NFL team?
Right now, it's the Patriots. And I'm going to make the most controversial statement on this platform right here. I do not like Tom Brady. So I love the Patriots, but I do not like Tom Brady.
think that's the end of our idle chat, Pragya.
I should have warned you to just brace yourself for this statement. Yeah,
That's controversial, my friend. Wow. Yeah.
I'm aware.
That's all right. Patriots, it's a really good team. Really good. With him or without him, it's a great team.
Yes.
So Pragya, I will ask you the same question that I ask all of my guests as the last question.
Yeah.
And that is, what do you love most about the work that we do in the resolution industry?
It's just helping people out. I think that's what I love. Helping people out, making sure that they're happy at the end of the day, because that is my job. And watching them smile, watching them hug their attorneys as we are helping them out get what they wanted. That's all I want to do for the rest of my life, is to help people get what they want. And I think we are privileged in the resolution industry that we get to do what we do in our capacity and still get paid for it. So that's your answer right there.
It's a great answer. Good for you. Pragya, thank you so much for joining me for an idle chat. Best of luck in your endeavors in San Diego. I hope you find your Bollywood dance group or club or discotheque or whatever they have for you.
Thank you so much, Natalie. It was such a pleasure being here. And thank you so much to you and to ABA for having me.
Absolutely. Keep in touch.
Yes, definitely. Bye.